You know that yogurt you eat every morning because it's healthy? Or that granola bar you grab as a guilt-free snack? Here's a fact that'll shock you. You're probably consuming more sugar than a donut. But here's the kicker. It's hidden in plain sight. Let's uncover the truth. We're surrounded by food that claims to be good for us. But is it really? Today, we're diving into one of the food industry's biggest secrets: hidden sugars. These aren't just in candies or sodas, they're lurking in places you'd never expect. From so-called diet products to savory foods, sugar is hiding everywhere. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot these sneaky sugars and take back control of your diet. Here's the problem. Most of us consume way more sugar than we realize. The World Health Organization recommends no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day. But the average person is consuming around 82 grams daily. That's over 3 times the limit. Why? Because food labels don't make it easy to identify added sugars. The food industry uses dozens of different names for sugar, and unless you're a chemist, you'd never spot them all. So, how do we fight back? It starts with knowing their tricks. The label illusion. Let's take a look at a typical food label. Ever seen terms like high fructose corn syrup, maltose, or evaporated cane juice? These are all just fancy names for sugar. And don't be fooled by the word natural. Just because something is labeled naturally sweetened doesn't mean it's healthy. For example, agave syrup, often marketed as a natural alternative, is 85% fructose, which is even higher than high fructose corn syrup. Now let's talk about the foods you'd never expect to have added sugars. Ketchup? 1 tablespoon can have as much sugar as a chocolate chip cookie. Salad dressings? Many of them are loaded with sugar to enhance flavor. And don't get me started on savory snacks like crackers or bread. Even healthy options like whole wheat bread can contain added sugars. In fact, some brands have more sugar per slice than a chocolate bar. Breakfast is often the worst offender. That low-fat yogurt? Many brands add up to 20 grams of sugar per serving, nearly your entire daily limit. Granola? Some types are practically candy bars in disguise. Even healthy smoothies can pack a sugar punch. A medium-sized store-bought smoothie can contain over 50 grams of sugar. That's like drinking a can and a half of soda for breakfast. Why should we care? Because too much sugar isn't just about weight gain. It's linked to serious health issues like diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. Plus, sugar is addictive. Studies show it lights up the same reward centers in your brain as drugs like cocaine. That's why you crave more after just a small taste. Here's the shocking truth. The food industry doesn't want you to know this. They spend billions on marketing to convince you their products are healthy while quietly loading them with sugar. But the power is in your hands. By learning to read labels and understanding where sugar hides, you can make smarter choices and avoid being tricked. The hidden sugar in our food isn't just a small problem, it's a massive one. But now, you're armed with the knowledge to fight back. Check those labels, ask questions, and don't be fooled by clever marketing. Now that you know about all these hidden sugars, you're probably wondering, which ones are the biggest culprits? Let's dive into the most dangerous sugar sources, because these sugars aren't just affecting your waistline, they're affecting your health too. In this video, we're going to uncover the biggest sugar offenders. We're not just looking at sugar content, we're also going to see how these foods are silently harming our health. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and how to make smarter, healthier choices. Here's the problem. Most people don't realize the damage these hidden sugars are doing to their bodies. From weight gain to heart disease, these sugars are linked to serious health issues. And the worst part? They're often disguised so well that it's hard to even spot them. But today, we're exposing those sugar traps once and for all. First, let's talk about what you probably already know: sodas and sugary snacks. But what about the ones you least expect? Take fruit juices, for instance. That healthy orange juice you're drinking in the morning? It can have as much sugar as a can of soda. And don't even get me started on smoothies. Store-bought smoothies can pack more sugar than a candy bar. Let's move on to breakfast. That low-fat yogurt you grab? It can have up to 20 grams of sugar per serving. Granola bars? Marketed as the perfect snack? Many of them are essentially candy bars in disguise. Even healthy cereals can be loaded with sugar, especially if they're flavored. And don't forget about protein bars. Many of them are packed with sugar too. Here's another shocker: salad dressings. That healthy salad you're eating for lunch? Some store-bought dressings are so loaded with sugar, they might as well be a dessert. Just 1 tablespoon of dressing can have as much sugar as a chocolate chip cookie. So, unless you're using oil and vinegar, make sure to check the label. So why should we care about all this hidden sugar? It's more than just weight gain. It's linked to serious health issues like diabetes, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. And here's the kicker: sugar is addictive. Studies have shown it triggers the same reward centers in the brain as drugs like cocaine. That's why after 1 bite, you're always craving more. Here's the most shocking part: the food industry knows exactly what they're doing. They spend billions on marketing their products as healthy, while packing them full of hidden sugars. But here's the good news: you have the power to take control. By learning how to spot these sugars, you can make smarter, healthier decisions. Hidden sugars are everywhere, and they're not just in the obvious places. But now you're armed with the knowledge to avoid them. It's all about reading labels, asking questions, and making informed choices. Don't let the food industry fool you. Your health is in your hands. As we dive deeper into the effects of hidden sugar, it's important to hear from the experts. Nutritionists and doctors agree. Too much sugar can wreak havoc on your body. Dr. Robert Lustig, a pediatric endocrinologist at the University of California, says, "The problem with sugar is that it's not just about calories. It's about the way it affects your metabolism and your hormones. It's a toxin, not a food." Dr. Lustig isn't alone in his stance. The American Heart Association also warns that excessive sugar intake is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. According to their guidelines, no more than 25 grams of added sugar should be consumed daily for women and no more than 36 grams for men. But as we've seen, the average person is consuming far more than that. Dr. Michael Greger, a physician and nutrition expert, also adds, "Sugar is a major contributor to the rise in obesity, and it's a key player in the development of chronic diseases. It's not just about weight, it's about your overall health and longevity." These experts stress that we need to take action now, because the damage sugar causes is cumulative, and the longer we wait, the harder it becomes to reverse the effects. Now let's talk about real-life success stories. Take the case of Sarah, a 38-year-old mother of 2 who struggled with obesity and prediabetes for years. After years of trying various diets without success, she decided to cut out processed foods and reduce her sugar intake. "At first, it was tough," Sarah recalls, "but after a few weeks, I started feeling more energetic and the cravings lessened." Within 6 months, she lost 35 pounds and reversed her prediabetes diagnosis. Sarah's story is just one example of how cutting down on sugar can make a significant impact on your health. Or consider John, a 50-year-old man who had high blood pressure and was at risk of developing heart disease. After a heart-to-heart with his doctor, he decided to try reducing his sugar consumption. He swapped out sugary snacks for whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. In just 3 months, John's blood pressure dropped and his cholesterol levels improved dramatically. He says, "I didn't realize how much sugar was affecting my health until I made the change. It's like I got a new lease on life." These personal stories are backed by science. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that people who reduced their sugar intake saw a significant improvement in their heart health, with some participants reducing their risk of heart disease by up to 25%. Another study from the University of Sydney revealed that cutting out sugar from your diet can improve insulin sensitivity, a key factor in preventing type 2 diabetes. Research also shows that reducing sugar can have a profound impact on mental clarity and cognitive function. A study from the Journal of Neurochemistry found that excessive sugar intake is linked to brain inflammation, which can affect memory and cognitive performance. By cutting back on sugar, many people report feeling more focused and mentally sharp. The science is clear, and the success stories are inspiring. Reducing sugar intake doesn't just help with weight loss, it can dramatically improve your overall health, reducing your risk of chronic diseases, improving energy,